Hey everybody, it's Kathy Cronin from BrOAKen Roads, and I'm here today to show you the versatility of the Amy Howard gel stain. I have an icebox side table here that we picked up for probably about 15 bucks. It was pretty rough shape. My husband added some extra wood to the sides where it was torn up so that it gives it a more well-rounded look, and so we've patched it up and we've sanded the top. And I'm going to show you how to use the gel stain on the top as well as using it right down the base of this with as a glaze. So to get started, here's my gel stain right here. Love this stuff. It's water-based. It smells amazing. And the color that I'm using today is Hazel Mahogany. So what we do after this has been sanded down, for me, I like it because it allows it to soak into the wood a little bit better. If you don't have the capability of sanding, it's very easy to just go ahead and apply this to the top of your table or whatever piece of furniture that you're working on. You don't have to sand it. Just make sure that you use a clean slate on it to clean it before you actually start your project and start your gel stain. So to get started, I have my gel stain here, and I'm going to jump up top so that you can see a little bit better, and I need a little ladder. So here we are to get started, and I just want to show you how simple this is to apply. Going to put it on like this with a chip brush. I love Amy's chip brushes. Yeah, they're thicker than what you would normally buy if you just went and bought a bunch of bulk chip brushes, and they give a very even coating. So if you have hesitated on purchasing her chip brushes, I recommend it instead of the cheap ones. This is going on great. It's simple, it's smooth, and it smells wonderful, just like I said. The great thing about this too, because it's water-based and not oil-based, is that you can wash a brush out with soap and water, and it's very simple to clean off of everything around you pretty much. I am getting this on here pretty good. It's going fast. If you don't like the level of stain once your first application goes on, you can add another coat after it dries. But just get started with your first one. This is a beautiful, rich, dark brown color. I love this color. It's very versatile. Sometimes I use this color with Kensington Black, which is another great gel stain that Amy carries. I mix them together to make a glaze. Today we're going to do a glaze with just the brown, just the Hazel Mahogany. But sometimes just for versatility, I like to mix them up. So this is going on quickly, and it dries very quickly. If you have a spot or you need to pull something off because it is water-based, you can usually just touch it up, fast before it does actually dry on there. So for the sake of time, I'm not going to do the entire other side here. I'm just going to reach over the top and I'll touch it up a little bit later so that when I show the finished product, you'll be able to see the difference. Okay, so I was just talking about the fact that you don't have to sand it. So right here on this piece, this little edge, I actually have not sanded it, and I want to show you that the coverage goes on very well. You can see this in here, it's already picking it up. And I know I've said it already twice, but these chip brushes are so good. I'm being able to pull a straight line without a mess, and I'm very impressed with the quality of this brush. Now when this dries here, because there was a stain underneath it, if I don't like how dark it is, I want to make it a little bit darker, I can add some more. But for now, we're just going to leave it like this. And then I want to show you how to mix your glaze. The last time I did a video, I didn't have an opportunity to mix it in front of you, but I think it's important to understand that it's not a daunting task. So I have a little bit of water, so I'm going to do this mix as a 1 to 1 to 1. So I have my gel stain in this little cup, and I have a little bit of water, equal amounts, and I have my glazed over in this cup. This is a glazed over. My apologies. Glazed over is a versatile product. I love it. I can use it in just by itself. I can use it with a color. It's great. So I just mixed it in with the water, and then I'm going to add in just a little bit of my gel stain. So as you can see, I'm just dropping this in like that. So glazed over, water, and the gel stain. And then you just stir it up like you're stirring coffee. It's got kind of a liquidy, slightly thick consistency to it when it's ready to be used. If you need more drying time with your glaze, all you need to do is add more water to your mix. So I have mixed it up, and I'm going to show you the difference. On this ice box that I painted, this is in Vintage Affliction. I love this color, love it. Gel stain mixed with water and the glazed over gives it a different feel. It's a different color, and then especially after that when you add a matte sealer or a clear wax to it, it really changes the finish. So I just encourage you to try different options, finish options after you get your glaze on a product or on a piece of furniture, and see what you like best. So I tend to just cut up a sponge. Like this is just a little cheap sponge I cut into pieces, and so I'm going to take this and run it across the front of this door just to show you the difference, because you can see the color here. I'm going to show you how much it will change this here. It's running down my hand. So, and it's okay if it goes over the hinges. I don't mind that. I'm just going to wipe this off with a towel after I get it applied. It's super easy to use. You can also add waxes to this once it's dry too as well, if you would prefer. Some dark wax to the edges of the corners to settle it in. And then I'm taking just a clean, dry, lint-free rag, and I'm pulling off a lot of the products. So what this does is it settles in the corners, and it gives it a little bit of a depth in the color, and an opportunity for that color underneath to really shine and give character to your finished piece. So you can see the difference here. Once this is dry, then I will go ahead and use a matte sealer on it, and then maybe add some waxes to it. Again, it's fairly simple. I'll go ahead and do this inside portion at the top here so you can see how this works. Super easy. And it does come off of the hinges pretty well. I've never had any trouble with it once you apply it. If you need to go take a little trick, if you need to take any kind of paint or product off of your metal hardware, you can use just a tiny little steel brush, copper brush. I think at the dollar store, those dollar type stores, they come in a 3-pack, and they're different types of material. Each one, they look like a toothbrush, and so those are very helpful for the hardware when you want to clean them off, but you don't want to take off any of your paint or product finishes that you've already put onto your piece. So, giving it the character that it needs here. I'm going to wipe this off. Some people will leave this on and then wipe it off with a brush. You can do that too. You can drag a brush across it, I prefer to use a towel. It's just my finish style. Everybody's different. And you pick your own way of doing things. Okay. So this is just about wiped off now. And if I want it to be heavier, once this is done, I'll go back over it again with another coating, if that's what I think that it needs to bring more character out. Just like this. And it was super simple. So if you're ever a little bit apprehensive about using a glaze, you know, it's really not difficult. I think that you just need to, the key to it is just make sure that you add a little extra water for drying time if you struggle with moving quickly on a piece, or if you're new at it. And the other thing that I would recommend is that you sort of compartmentalize your pieces. So your sections. So for me, I did the door front first. I've done the spacing here and the base down here at the bottom. And then what I will do next is the inside of this door. And then I'll go and do all of the back and then the two sides as well. I hope to have this finished and out on the website, on the Amy Howard before and after, for you guys to see when it's all done. I'm going to add another little coat of gel stain up in here to darken this down, to blend this all through. Put the cool hardware back on it and let it shine. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.